General Perves Musharif was president of Pakistan. Having seized power with the help of the army, his rule was marked by a bloody war against Islamic insurgents within his country. Pakistan is still a crucial ally of the West, but after floods and endless violence, it is a country in terrible trouble. And yesterday, General Musharif called on Britain and America to rethink any withdrawal of troops from Afghanistan. He was speaking here in Birmingham at a rally for his new political party, which he hopes will bring him back to power. Good morning, Mr. Musharif.
Andrew.
Now, you have been effectively in exile in this country, and you have now set up a political party. Why?
Seeing the conditions in Pakistan, I personally feel that we are suffering. We are suffering economically, law and order-wise, and also there is political turmoil. In these conditions, I don't see a political alternative in Pakistan which can deliver Pakistan, show some light to Pakistan in the darkness that it is at the moment.
Do you think it's a country on the edge of collapse?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. As long as the armed forces of Pakistan are strong, the country can never collapse.
You have said that the armed forces are critical, that the people in Pakistan look now to the army before they look to politicians, which would lead some people to think that your new political party is going to be a front for a return to power by the army.
No, not at all. Absolutely not. In fact, I am looking for the legitimacy for myself provided by the people of Pakistan, by the masses of Pakistan. Unfortunately, that legitimacy I lacked in those 10 years, where while I know that I was not a dictator, I believed in democratic norms, but I was perceived as a dictator around the world.
That's how you came to power, partly, was why.
Well, I didn't take power myself. I was given the power by the previous Prime Minister who suspended me when I was up in the air. So therefore, I personally feel now when I come with the people's power, that is what is actually required to correct Pakistan.
But clearly, you can't campaign as a politician in Pakistan without going there.
Yes.
And equally clearly, for you, going there is fraught with danger because you could be put on trial and you could face assassination attempts, as happened to Benazir Bhutto.
Yes, both points are correct.
So how do you deal with this?
And you are absolutely right that ultimately, although I can start my political career here, and there will be a lot of political support in Pakistan, even when I am abroad, but ultimate support, the ultimate power that will come from the people will be when I reach Pakistan. I do intend going there before the election. There is no doubt in my mind. There are risks involved. You pointed the two, which are the ones. At the moment, there is no case against me whatsoever. And if at all the cases are initiated, they are all done because of political victimization. And
what about
one has to face all that. I will face it. I will face it boldly because I know.
So there will come a point where you will get on a plane and fly back and try to lead your party, new party from there.
Yes, absolutely.
And do you know when that is yet?
No, well, I haven't fixed the date. But one thing I'm clear about is that I will be there before the next elections.
Which are 2013.
2013, if everything goes normally.
Yes, if everything goes normally, which it often doesn't. And what about the security situation, particularly in northern Pakistan? If you were there, would it be an absolute priority to be cracking down much harder on the Afghan Taliban and indeed Al-Qaeda up in the north?
Yes, absolutely. Because I think at the moment the biggest problem of Pakistan is terrorism and extremism within certain elements of its society. We have to have a different strategy for each. So the problem doesn't end with dealing with Al-Qaeda or the Taliban. It is also extremism in our society which is spawning that terrorism. So therefore we need to get to the root cause and address that in the long term also. And certainly I would like to deal with that more strongly. But we have to have a strategy in that we have to have second line forces which ought to be able to deal with them, equip them more force, better equipment, so that the army, the load is taken off the army partially so that they are in the supportive role only.
And explain why you are so concerned about the British and American discussions about a timetable to withdraw from Afghanistan.
Yes, I am concerned because I think that will be the fourth blunder. I keep saying there are 3 blunders that we have committed in the past. The last one was more serious, that when we defeated the Taliban, when the American and the coalition forces defeated Taliban with the help of Northern Alliance, which is a minority of Tajik, Uzbek, Hazaras, and all Taliban are Pakhtuns, which is 50% of Afghanistan. I coined a term back in 2002. All Taliban are Pakhtuns, but all Pakhtuns are not Taliban. Let's wean away the Pakhtuns.
And that was a failure to draw them in.
Yes.
And now to say that there's a limit to the war and we're going home, would be another similar failure.
That will be the fourth blunder, because that really will encourage the terrorists.
And to those British people watching who don't maybe understand Pakistani politics very much, what would you say to them about Britain's immediate interest in all of this? And I'm thinking about the latest terrorist plots being uncovered in Pakistan and so on.
Yes, British, the battle there against terrorists and extremists is a battle for the region and for the world even. Because we must know that there is a nexus developing between all that is Al-Qaeda, Taliban, extremists in our society, religious extremists in India, in Kashmir, and also in China, and then we are talking of Akim and Akap, and there is extremism here.
And those people here who say, oh, Musharraf's just a puppet of the Americans and the British, what would you say to them?
Well, I have never in my life been a puppet to anyone, so I laugh at that. That's all that I can do.
All right. Well, you've had one rally, no doubt many more rallies and fundraising, all the rest of it to come. But for now, Mr. Musharraf, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you.